Is this thing on?
Yeah, I hear you. Mike's good.
Okay, we rolling.
Oh, we rolling. Are we gonna have these brownies actually?
Fuck yeah, we are. I fucking went to the store specific to get them. I was like, I need a brownie.
They look so good.
They're fudge brownies. Yeah.
You know me. I love chocolate.
Hey sis, I'm Mare,
And I'm Roxy.
and you're tuning into
Caffeinated and Clueless. Cheers.
Cheers. Whoops. I got my bottled water this time. Aquafina.
Woo. Welcome to episode 13.
Hey, that's my favorite number. That's my number.
Ooh, so
Number
it's a
13.
lucky. It's a heavy topic.
It's a heavy topic, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
It is going to be a good one.
Yes.
So this episode is the silent grief of pregnancy loss.
Mm-hmm. The taboo of miscarriages and how hard it actually is to get pregnant or to conceive,
Yeah.
we'll say. Yeah.
And it's crazy because sometimes like when you're young, you think it's so easy and then you're actually trying to have a
Oh my
family
God, yeah.
and it doesn't work that way.
I feel like when you're young, like your main concern is like, oh my God, don't get pregnant, don't get pregnant.
Mhm.
Go on birth control. Do you have a condom? Like, like you have a scare and you want plan B the next day.
Yeah,
And like
for
you just
sure.
don't want to get pregnant. But like really we should have been like more concerned about like STDs and shit.
I know.
I mean I didn't get any, thank God. Oh my God.
I mean, also, I hope we were careful with who we were sleeping with. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean I was a little wild, but like yeah. I mean, I could always like sense, like I would just use my intuition.
Yeah.
Really, like
Yeah.
irks,
Yeah. Wrap it up. Just wrap it up.
Yeah.
For you young ones.
Use protection for sure. Not even for about like babies, just like skin to skin.
Oh my gosh. But definitely, I mean, it's you think like when you're young, like, yeah, you're like, don't get pregnant, or you think like, oh, I'm not going to get pregnant, right? Like, it's not going to happen to me or like, and then there's just so many scenarios that can happen, right? Like in my situation, it's kind of hard for me to talk about it because I feel like it was a point in my life where I was entering, the stage of becoming a woman and being with a guy long enough to think about your first time and all of that stuff. And my first time was great. I mean, for what I thought at that moment. However, unfortunately, it was short-lived. And shortly after, we weren't together anymore. I actually ended up going on vacation with my family. And during my trip, I experienced this like very weird, what I knew was not my period because I've got my period from such a young age, so I knew how my period was like up until that point. And this was just very different. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of like a really bad experience that I'll never forget. I was at my aunt's house and I just started like really cramping, like really bad. And I didn't like know what it was, but it was almost like a burning sensation even. I don't know. It was like so weird, but it felt like even like a burning sensation. And then I remember going to the washroom and then just seeing like, I don't know, it just looked like a big blood clot. Right? And I just remembered thinking like that specific it was just different.
Yeah.
It was very different and I almost didn't want to think it, but I couldn't not like stop thinking it. I was just like, that wasn't my period. That was not like my period.
You should have done a pregnancy test.
But I was in Peru. I was in Peru, and
Because,
I'm
like,
obviously
your
like
HCG levels.
underage. I'm obviously with my parents. I'm obviously with like family that like I don't want to tell them about like any of this. That they
Yeah,
don't
no,
know
for
any
sure.
of this stuff about. I'm not with like a friend that I can be like, oh, help me out. Like, let's go to do this behind my parents' back. Like, I don't have like a cousin like really my age over there that could help me out. So it was just one of those things that I was like, I have to figure this out when I go back, I go back home.
Yeah.
And it was 2 weeks after I had gotten back home. I remember going and I made a doctor's appointment, but by that time my doctor had said like it would be too late to like just, like 100% like see, but like even he said from what I told him that like he thinks that I did miscarry. Um and that obviously was just like really early, and like it was just crazy because yeah, it was literally like my first time. Like my first time, and then like it didn't work out, which was already like devastating on its own, and then finding that out, having to go through that alone, not having to tell anybody, like I couldn't tell anybody,
Yeah.
that was going on. And I think I kind of like blocked that out of my life, to be honest. Like it was such a traumatic moment in my life that I was just like, I almost made myself think like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But every now and then, like when I hear like a situation or a story or something,
It brings you
like
back to
it
that
brings me
memory.
back. But I'm kind of like, but I always question, like, was it 100%? But my body and my mind tells me that it was.
Yeah.
I think it's just like I didn't get like an actual confirmation, but like obviously, I don't know. It's just in my head, I think, that I need something in writing, but it's almost hard for me to also accept that that happened, because I was just like, I was so young too. It was just like, how could I have handled that better? Like there was no way, like that's the best way that I could have handled it. And I didn't know what was happening, like, clearly. But at the end of the day, like it was just like it was hard for me to like even like have this conversation and to like bring it up and to talk about it, because I feel like there like not many people know this story at all.
You never even told a friend? Like when you got back?
I think I probably told like 2 friends, like maybe 2 good friends. And like, once again, it was at that time of my life where I was losing the guy, I was losing the groups, the friend group that I was with
like
that guy.
Yeah.
So like the people that I did tell were the people that I no longer talked to. And so I was just like, and the new people that were coming into my life, I just didn't want to talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
And
you just want to forget that.
I didn't want them to know that part. Yeah, exactly. So it was almost like I just never had to talk about it. I never had to talk about it. When somebody would mention it happened to them, I would just like listen and like whatever. But it was almost like I never wanted to open that up, like until like now, which is, it still like kind of feels weird, but it's things that happen, right? And that you think are not going to happen, or that you think like, or you're not thinking clearly. I wasn't thinking like that was possible to happen the first time. But it can happen.
That would be pretty traumatizing for me.
Yeah.
Especially it being like your first time.
Yeah. And then like you didn't even end up being with the guy.
I know.
Yeah, it was like I think I really like blocked that like out of my like memory. And I think I did a good job doing that, because I really like tried to like get myself to even like not even think about it or acknowledge that it actually happened. But when I really do think about it, like it trips me out that like that was my experience, like my first time I got pregnant, I lost it, like, and just had to go through all of that like on my own, and not even really like take it in until like years later. Yeah, literally. Until like now.
You're like in this moment.
Yeah, like actually like right now.
Like right now.
I'm just gonna have this brownie right now.
Yes, do it.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god. No, I can totally like relate. Um well, yeah, so I don't even know how to start this, but
I know it's a
it's so
hard.
weird to just like so you
I
know.
know.
But like as you guys know, I have like two kids and then I'm currently pregnant, so I'll have three kids, but I've actually been pregnant five times. So five pregnancies, two babies. I've had two miscarriages. And the first one was really, really fucking traumatic. Like probably the most significant traumatic experience of my entire existence on earth. It happened when I was like really young too. I was like 20. I was with like my boyfriend at the time for I don't know, like 5 years. This is actually towards the end of our relationship. And yeah, I got pregnant. It was so weird because it was funny because I was on birth control for a really long time. One, because I had very, very heavy periods.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a period for 14 days and I would
Oh my
have
gosh.
heavy flow.
Oh
Like
my
I'm talking like
goodness.
before I even started using tampons, I would use pads. Obviously, I got my period when I was like in grade 6
Mm-hmm.
and it was like I'm leaking at school, I'm leaking in the bed, I'm leaking on the bus, I'm leaking like it was like
Oh
terrible. Yeah.
no.
And it was embarrassing and
So
it was
you used it
frustrating.
for regulation.
I used it for
Mm-hmm.
regulation and I had really bad acne too,
Mm-hmm.
which I had a dermatologist and I was like trying different creams, trying different soaps, trying different ointments, and like nothing was helping. And so when I spoke to my doctor, she was like, talk to me and my mom, like, what about birth control? Because it'll actually help with your hormonal imbalances, like it'll
Mm-hmm.
help with your acne and it will actually help to regulate your period. And I was like,
Say
that's an
less.
option, like
Yeah.
it'll help me like two ways,
Mm-hmm.
well three.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that one, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, okay, like I'm down to try because I've
Mm-hmm.
literally tried Proactive, I've tried like all of this, and like literally I'm leaking in the bed, like I'm talking like I have to go get my mom every night and she has to help me clean my bed.
Oh
Like I was stuffing my like
no.
underwear with paper towels, wearing three pads because back then
Oh
the
my
pads were not as
god.
advanced as they are now. But I would wear one this way and like two this way and like one across, and then I would stuff the front and the back with
Oh
paper towels, and then I would line my
no.
bed with a towel. And
Oh
I'm
my
like, foolproof
god.
and not gonna leak tonight.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're girl. It's like a bloodbath. So it's
Oh
just
my
more
goodness.
frustrating than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. So I was on birth control for like a while. I want to say like 6 years or something, like until I was in high school. I didn't get off birth control until I want to say towards the end of high school,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually started birth control in like grade 7 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I hate thinking about this relationship. Because then I start getting like start seeing things on mine and I'm like getting triggered. But anyways, this was like a very like toxic relationship. We were both young, going like teens, lost, finding ourselves, finding out what we like, what we don't like, all of these things. But anyways, we were obviously having sex.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why. I wasn't even thinking about it, but one day he was like, Mare, I think you should like when's the last time you got your period? And I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I just never like I didn't think I was like I didn't feel like I was late. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
I think you should do a test. And I was like, why? It's so
Yeah.
random. And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I feel like you're late. And I'm like, am I?
Oh my
Like
gosh.
okay, I guess I'll like I could do a test.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I don't think I had a period tracker at that time.
Okay.
So I went, we got the two, and I went home and I was like, hey, whatever, I'll just do this. And then, like, I'm going to
Just shut
obviously,
him up.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, chill.
Mm-hmm.
I did it. And I was like, I was like, what? Nah, no, 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 no. So I'm like, okay, should I do the next one? I should just do the next one because this one is obviously faulty. Like, that's incorrect. Did the next one, pregnant. And I was like tripping out. I actually had to do like 5 tests to be like, wait, like this is for real. So then I got the clear blue one too. And it was like at the max of like, it was like 2 to 3. I think it only goes up 2 to 3 weeks pregnant. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even like notice or anything. And then yeah, he wanted me to get an abortion. And we like talked about it. And I was like crying and I was like, I don't want to do this, but like, I mean, like, you're right. Like, can't have a baby.
Yeah.
So we talked about it and I was like, okay, yeah, I think you're right. But I cried like that night. I was like, that we're supposed to do it. Like, he's like, I'll take you, whatever. And I'm like, okay. But then I told him, like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm not trying to trap you. I just like I can't do it. Like that's just something that I can't do.
Yeah.
I'm not even that religious. I just something that I just wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Like we fucked up. Now we gotta figure it out. You know what I mean? So whatever. So I went to go tell my mom. I told him like we have to tell my mom because I don't know who else to tell. I don't know. I feel like I have to tell my mom before I go on vacation, which is so funny because I went on vacation too.
Yeah.
Fucking worst. Why did these things happen on vacation?
Maybe it's just like too soon. I don't know. And like the altitude. That's what I don't know. That's what I thought about this so many times too. Like what happened? You know? Like
yeah, it was weird, but there was time. Like I went to New York already. Like we waited a while. Like I don't know how long we waited. I was only 20. So I wasn't even like navigating like how many weeks. Like I didn't know that you were supposed to like get a blood test and like see how high the levels were, then go get an ultrasound to see like how many weeks, like to confirm how many weeks you are. Like I didn't know anything and I couldn't ask anyone. So I just waited and I was like, okay, like I just have to wait until like I have to tell my mom at some point. I just have to tell my mom at some point because I'm not getting an abortion.
Yeah.
And so then we finally like I went to New York to go see like my tita Orlando and stuff. We came back and then we were supposed to go on like a family vacation. So I was like, look, I feel like I should go tell her on it before I go on vacation because like I'm not gonna be drinking. I'm not gonna be smoking.
She's gonna know.
Like she's gonna know like something's up. You know what I mean? So like I have to tell her. So we went home and my mom was in the living room. So we like sat down on the couch and I'm like, Mom, I have to tell you something. And she's like, okay. And she knows because like sometimes I'll be like, Mom, I have to tell you something, but don't get mad. I got my tongue pierced. You know?
Yeah.
So but I was like, I have to tell you something. And she's like, okay. And I was like don't even know how to say these things, you know? But I'm like, I'm pregnant. And literally, she just went silent.
No.
Like, she just went silent. Like, she literally, like, when I tell you, like, this was the moment that I was like, damn, like, this girl, like, stonewall. So, like, she literally just turned into a wall. She was like,
God.
didn't look at me, didn't say anything, straight face. And, like, I didn't know what to say because, like, I just told you.
Yeah.
Now you gotta cuss me or something.
Yeah.
Like say something. She didn't say anything. And like George was looking at me and he's like looking at me like say something. And I looked at him like, what do you want me to say? What the fuck you want me to say?
Yeah.
That's her reaction. I told her. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna go upstairs. And like I got up and I left. And she like literally I left so slowly too. Like I was trying to see her reaction. She was just like this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I think I was like, I'm gonna go upstairs, get some stuff, and I'm gonna leave because this is really awkward.
Yeah.
And we never talked about it. Again.
Oh my gosh.
Like we never fucking talked about it. We went on vacation and we acted normal and everything. And then I was like starting to bleed. So I saw that I was like bleeding, and I was like, and I like, my mom knew already, right? So I was like, and they wanted to go on these excursions. My sister wanted to go on these excursions. She wanted to go on this Jeep one so that she can drive. And she, she's trying to go on all the bumps.
Yeah.
She's trying to go on all the fucking blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting in the back like I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
They wanted to go fucking scuba diving.
Oh my god.
It was the worst. It was honestly like the worst fucking experience because like my mom, Ross, and my sister at that point knew that I was pregnant, and they didn't give a fuck. So they were like, let's go on this, let's go on this, let's go on like scuba diving. And I'm like, I can't go scuba diving, guys. And they're like, why not? And I'm like, because I'm fucking bleeding.
Yeah.
And my sister's like, so put on a tampon. And I'm like, why the fuck would I put on a tampon?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like,
oh
I don't want to go on this fucking Jeep excursion. I don't want to go to Excare. I don't want to go like I'm like tired, and I like don't want to do these things.
Yeah.
And I told mom, I was like, it's getting worse. I think I'm having like a miscarriage. And she's like, oh, well, you don't know that. Like, there's no way to like you can't be sure of that. And I was like, okay, but like I don't think it's normal that the bleeding is like getting worse. Like it's like I'm like getting my period now. Like I don't think that's normal. And she just kept saying, like, trying to reassure me that like it's fine. We'll find out when we get home. Like we're gonna go home for like another like 5 days, okay?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So I remember like when it actually happened, I was like cramping like really, really bad because essentially what's happening is you're having fucking contractions. Like when you're having a baby, you're having contractions so that it's like pushing the baby out.
Mm-hmm.
You're having like contractions because you're pushing something out.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like period cramps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I just remember being in bed. My sister was out like drinking, making like friends and shit. And because her and I were sharing a room. So I was just like alone, and I couldn't sleep because my stomach hurt so bad. I was like in fetal position. Like I remember like clenching on to like my pillow and like my blankets, just like what the fuck? Like it hurt so badly.
Yeah.
And then I remember I think it was even like the next morning. Some drama happened. Let's fast forward. Some drama happens that night. Some family drama. And then in the morning, after the drama was kind of settling down, this is already like 8 o'clock in the morning, by the way. So I haven't slept from like 3 a.m. Like this is the next morning. I remember coming back to the room, and I'm still going through all this pain. Okay. I come back to the room, and I'm like, I feel like I have to go, like, I just have to sit like on the toilet. And I sat on the toilet, and it's just like blood, 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 blood. And then all of a sudden, like I felt like a cramp. And then I was like looking down, and I felt like it come out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a huge clot, but like huge. Like I've never seen anything come out of my fucking body that big before.
Yeah.
And like it was almost instantly that the pain went away, which is so fucked up because like, like once you birth a baby, once that
the relief,
it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like literally it never happens.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel anything anymore. Like it's done.
Yeah.
So it was like I didn't feel anything anymore. And like I was just in the room by myself, and I'm like looking at this toilet, and I'm literally like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of really wanted to go in there and like, this sounds so like morbid, but I wanted to go like in there and like look at the clot, like hold it, like not hold it, but like
just
like look at it, look at it,
yeah.
and be like what is it? Is this it? Like,
yeah.
Because I don't know, and I couldn't even see in the toilet because it was like there's so much blood.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even see it like in the toilet. It was like just in there, like at the bottom of the fucking toilet. And I was like, do I flush it? I mean, I'm not gonna leave it in there,
Yeah.
you know. So I just flushed it,
Yeah. I flushed it too.
and I was like,
I
instantly
know.
regretted it.
I know. Me too. I even thought like actually I
Like I
was like
should have.
I my first thought was why didn't I take a picture? I don't know why. Like why would I want that picture? But
I
also
know,
a
but
part of me was like I wanted to show my doctor that picture.
yeah,
I wanted to like examine it
yeah,
because I was kind of also like just kind of like scared too, like
same,
because I didn't know. At least you kind of knew you were pregnant. I didn't even know what was
yeah,
happening, like you know. So I was kind of just like, what, like did that fucking just happen? Like
yeah.
you know, and then kind of just like flush the toilet, and then once it happened, once I flushed it, I was like, oh my god, why did I just
I
fucking flush
know
it?
because now
Like
I can't get it back.
yeah,
Anyways, I was like, so I was just there, dumbfounded, like,
yeah,
shit. I just fucking flushed like a fucking fetus down the toilet. I don't even know
yeah,
where it's going.
yeah.
And then that was it. I was normal. And then I don't even know if I talked to anybody after. Like everybody kind of knew what was going on. I kind of told my mom it's done. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I saw it come out. And again, she was saying, she was still trying to be like, you don't know that. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I saw it and it
Mm-hmm.
came out. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
it's done. Mm-hmm.
So it's done.
Yeah.
And so honestly, like it was, besides all of that, there was other things, exterior factors going on, like family stuff. But like it was it was really hard to experience, to go through that, even though like I don't know. So like honestly, the lesson here for me, now that I'm like older and that I'm a mom, I feel like I know that in moments like these where, like one day if Luna comes to me and she tells me she's pregnant, I'm instantly like, she's 16 or something. She comes to me, she tells me she's pregnant. I'm gonna feel like anger. I'm going to feel disappointment. I'm going to feel sad. But at the end of the day, you have to fucking forget that
Mm-hmm.
and be there for your daughter, because what's done is done.
Mm-hmm.
What's done is done. And like the thing is like I f- I didn't get any support. I didn't get any emotional support. I didn't get any guidance. I didn't like, and it's fucked up because like I came to an adult. I came to two adults and nobody even thought to think to say, well, you got to get an ultrasound. Like we need to figure out like
Yeah. Let's go to the
how far along
hospital.
are
Take a check,
you.
check you out.
When I was going through this, no one ever thought like, let's take you to the doctors, let's take you to the hospital, because like there could be complications that happen when when you have a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't fully leave your body and there's
Yeah.
pieces still
Yeah.
inside and they have to like surgically
Remove
remove
it.
that.
Yeah.
Like absolutely nothing. And I just feel like my family kind of turned a blind eye and they kind of just, they didn't want to admit that it was true, when all they like, all you really, when you're in that moment you have to just like, okay,
Accept it.
yes,
Accept
you
it.
have
And
to
like,
accept
how
that.
are
And
we going to
now,
deal with this? Like,
yes,
together, let's just, you did this and now you're going to learn what the next steps are. But I'm still your mom and I'm going to be here with you. Like, you know,
yes,
you do not have to go through
exactly,
this alone, but you
exactly,
do got to do it because now you're the mom.
yeah,
Um, but that's how it should be. Like, yeah, of course. Like,
it should
they,
be,
you're
it
that,
should be.
the person who's going to be having the baby, the teen, the whatever young adult is now having to accept that they're going to have a baby.
And they
But
have to own
how,
up to their responsibility.
yeah,
And it's like crazy to me because I'm like, I could have very much had a baby, and I'm like, would they, like, would I literally just be walking around belly growing and no one
acknowledge it.
like saying anything, like bring me to the doctors, bring me to, like, there's appointments that need to be made, there's blood work that needs to be
Yeah.
done, like, and I'm like, I felt like everyone was just kind of like, oh thank God. Almost.
Oh,
They never said anything
goodness.
or whatever, but like we never spoke about it after.
It's like
There
that
was
saying,
no,
silence speaks louder,
yeah, than
or
words.
yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, this was like honestly like the most traumatic experience of my fucking life. It was fucked up because like it's not like I was completely alone,
You
but I
like
was completely
you
alone.
asked for help
Yeah.
basically, and were kind of
Yes.
shunned.
I didn't know who to turn to. I turned to
Yeah.
you and you didn't even fucking acknowledge me. And I was on like, and I wasn't even at home. So like I didn't even have
Somebody else that you
my
can talk to.
my boyfriend or partner,
Yeah.
which I knew wasn't even like
Really
he was still
supportive.
supportive when I made up my mind, but I knew
Mm-hmm.
like this wasn't what he wanted.
Yeah.
So I had to literally text him like it's done. Like it was just like just the most fucked up situation ever. And I
Yeah.
honestly I think I blocked it out. Like I don't even know what happened when I came back. I can't remember that first encounter with him, like how that
Yeah.
was. But I almost feel like everybody's happy. And I always wonder till today, like, does anybody think about this moment? Because it's very, very prominent. What? I'm
Yeah.
crying every episode.
I know. I
It's like very
know.
prominent in my mind.
I know.
And it's and I think it's prominent on my mind too because like for you it's like you did a really good job of blocking it out, but for me it was like I can't block it out of my mind because it was so traumatizing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just keep thinking like I don't even know how far along I was. I don't know how many weeks I was.
I know.
I don't know like did it even look like a bait? Like cuz you know you see
Yeah.
like 3 months, whatever, you know,
Yeah.
like I will never actually know like how far along, how
How you were.
like
Yeah.
yeah. Like I have no information about that pregnancy, but I was like 100% pregnant and I like 1,000% had like this miscarriage on
Yeah.
my own, you know? And so I just like feel like support, like these are like the things that we don't talk about because it's so taboo.
Of
Like
course.
you were alone because you couldn't speak to anybody. And
Yeah.
like I could have had support, but I didn't because it's frowned upon,
Yeah.
you know? And imagine like how they say it's common, even though like it doesn't happen to every woman.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, just the silence of going through that on your own, I feel like is universal.
Yeah. For sure. And I think it's as like with our experience and just like being millennials and just being better at like overall talking to our children and trying to have a better connection with them, and then having this experience that we went through, we know that we wouldn't want this like for our girls and to have to go
No.
through it by themselves. Like I wish so badly that I could have said something to my mom. I could have asked her. Even like at the end of the day, like my sister wasn't there at this vacation that I
Oh
went
no.
on. Yeah.
Oh my
She wasn't
god.
there.
This is the worst.
She was actually just having her baby. She was a teenage mom and she was
Oh
having,
my god, your mom would have been so pissed.
yeah. So I was kind of like, oh my gosh, like is the like my sister's about to pop and I about to have like a baby the very first time that like,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of like, yeah, like I was just like, oh my gosh, like this cannot be happening. But so I just didn't. I was just like, I can't add to like the plate. I can't
Mm-hmm.
add to this. I can't like, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then my parents were already so strict because my sister got pregnant. Like, you can't go out, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't have boyfriends, you can't see this guy, you can't see that guy. And I saw that guy, I had sex with that guy, and I got pregnant from that guy.
Oh my god.
So I mean, I just could not tell them. I could not
Mm-hmm.
tell them. There wasn't that confidence. There wasn't that like, oh fuck, I know they're gonna be pissed, but I know they're gonna have my back. Like, no, it was like they're gonna be pissed and they're gonna disown me. They're gonna disown me and I'm gonna be like the shame in the family. So, at the end of the day, when I figured it wasn't happening, like that I had miscarried, even all of that, honestly, when I think about it, like I was just a kid too. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was going on. I had an idea. I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't know what to look into. I didn't know like any of that. And I remember like at that moment, like internets weren't even that big. Like it wasn't like you had internet on your phone.
No.
I had to still go to like a cafe shop in Peru to go use the internet.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the internet shop and like trying to like search like how do you know that you've had a miscarriage, and everything that it said was like everything that happened to me, and I was like in such denial, but also like no, this just happened to me,
Yeah.
but at the same time I was just like I can't share this with anybody. And this is, I guess, going to the grave with me. Like, I guess this is going to the grave with me because the guy that this is happening, not even with me. Like, why even tell him? Like, there's no point. And I think I even did tell him. But really, I think there was an apology there, and then it was just like, okay, that's fine. And I think it did kind of, I think it may have affected him too. Sorry. It's okay. I think it may have affected him too, but and I'm not gonna lie, like wonder sometimes, like, does he ever think about it?
Yo, trust.
But
it even matters.
Yeah.
It was so real to us because it happened to us. You did not experience that. You were not even there.
Yeah.
You did not even see, like, you did not see the pain. You did not see the blood. You did not like feel or like anything.
Like I just even feel like the loss, like, because I felt the loss.
Yes.
I remember like being in my bedroom, like talking to my friends on the phone, being all like happy, and then getting off the phone and then just being like, oh my gosh, like I just lost a baby.
Yeah.
Like, but like it was just one of those things that is just like, oh, okay, forget about it. Like nobody even fucking knows. Like just move on.
I definitely felt the loss. And then like at the same time, like one of his friends was gonna have a baby.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, had to like hold it in.
Yeah. I know.
And like
it
had
is
to go
hard.
to the baby shower, and I was like, nobody even knows, and I can't even talk to anybody. And like, I don't want. Obviously, I'm not gonna like take away.
And start talking about it. Yeah.
But like, because it was to the point where like we even were starting to pick out names and stuff.
Aww.
Yeah. So like it was like time. Some time had like passed.
Like you accepted it. You accepted it.
We accepted it, and we were gonna go through with it, and and it was honestly like I've never felt pain like that before. It literally was like having a fucking baby. I was in labor for hours.
Yeah.
It was hours that I was like, holy shit, what is happening to me? Like, what is going on? Like, I knew for sure I was having a miscarriage because, like, this is like excruciating pain. Like, I've never felt this before.
Yeah. Honestly, now that I think about it too, it was very like labor. Like, I don't know. Like I was like swollen. I was actually like even swollen down there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I remember that specifically because I was just like, did I get an allergy? Like I said, I was so young. I was in denial. I was like, no, I think I bought underwear like from there too, but it was obviously washed. So I was like making myself think like, oh, maybe it's an allergy. Maybe I got allergic reaction. Maybe. But everything at the end of the day, like just pointed to like that, like, like it was literally right after, like in the washroom, like that happened. And I was freaking out and I was just like, is this not? And like, I guess, I don't even know what I was trying to do. I was like trying to wash myself, like trying to, I guess, like clean myself out.
Yeah.
But like not even knowing what I was actually doing. And then, and I was like, I remember so like sore and so like swollen, and I remember that for me like being like, okay, this is not my period. This is
Yeah.
not my period.
I don't know. I just know, like, if that ever happens and now the roles are reversed, at least I know how to, like, react now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I would never, after knowing what I know and going through what I did, I would never, ever fucking want any woman,
Yeah.
especially my daughter, to go through that, like, alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like when they become like of a certain age, like I would, at least myself, like I would tell her like what happened to me. You know, like what happened to me, for her to take precautions, you know, for her to be safe, and for her to know that like this can happen, like, you know. But if it does happen, like, obviously there's no judgment, you know,
Yeah.
because it's happened to me.
It is, yeah.
And like, you know, I was your age too, and I thought I knew what I was doing, and I thought everything was cool, and you know, she's doing it, I got to do it too. And like, I get it, and I want to still get it, and I know I'll be a mom, and I'll still probably be upset or disappointed or whatever, but I'll try my very best to put those feelings aside and just be there for her, you know?
Yes,
because
exactly.
I feel like it's such a hard time in a girl's life. And I mean, I know like boys and girls like are different, right? But I feel like boys, they're not ones to like talk about their feelings, which is like will be another topic probably.
Yeah.
But whereas girls, they do, right? Like girls are normally we like to talk, we like to
we even
like,
talk, like, even when as like kids, I swear we start talking like sooner
yeah,
than
yeah.
boys. We're just very vocal, and articulate. We're articulate.
Yes, right. So I want like my girls to know, right, that like
We can talk about hard things.
we can talk about hard things, you know. And obviously I'm gonna have this same conversation with Felix, but it'll be different. It'll be a different conversation, because I know he'll probably not want he won't care for like the details.
Oh no, Liam's gonna know the details.
But I'll tell him what he wants to hear. I'll tell him what he wants to hear, but he's gonna know the facts. He's gonna know the facts. Right.
We're all about the facts.
Yeah, we're all about the facts. If you don't care about the details, that's fine. I won't give you the details, but you gotta know the facts.
Yeah.
And then with my girls, I'll tell them the details, because I know they're gonna be like, "Tell me the deets, mom."
Yeah.
So I'll tell the girls my details. I know Felix is gonna be like, "Ma, I don't care about that stuff." So whatever, I'll let him know like at least the facts.
Yeah.
But definitely like not having to go through this by yourself, because it's definitely like isolating. And I think it doesn't even matter how old you are. Like obviously us being so young, it's traumatic because we don't know what's happening to us. Like we don't even know what's going on. We don't have anybody in our like circle who were having kids, who we know like anything about that, right? But like also like being older, right? And like
100%.
even with people who have a whole bunch of friends that have families, and if they're trying to conceive or whatever, like how isolating that must feel also, right?
I feel like a few friends of mine like have had miscarriages too, which they've eventually have told me, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Like we should be able to just talk about these things. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, again, that sisterhood, that community, and like, yeah, because it is very dark and isolating. And I remember, so when I had my second miscarriage with Caesar, very less traumatic, but still traumatizing.
Of course.
Like even Caesar says it was very traumatizing for him as well. And like for me, it was kind of like, not again.
Yeah.
Like
a flashback.
I've already done this and it is not fun. And like I just can't believe it's happening to me again.
Yeah.
And for a minute there, I was like, is there something fucking wrong with me? Like, because I know it's like common.
This was before Luna?
This was before Luna.
Okay.
This was like in 2019.
Okay, yeah.
But I was like, how is this happening again? Like I understand maybe when I was younger and like maybe it wasn't meant to be, but this is right. I'm older. Is there something fucking wrong with me? Am I infertile? Are my eggs bad?
Yeah.
Like, is this gonna be an issue? Is this gonna be a thing for me? Because like twice in a row,
Yeah.
and like 10 whatever how many years apart. But I'm like, why is this happening to me again? And then like I had more knowledge obviously about it, so I knew like what to expect, but it was so painful, and it was like the same thing. But the only difference was like I actually had like a support system. I had a supportive partner. Like Caesar was there with me, like in the washroom, and he was the one that was like with me when we went to like the hospital to make sure like everything was fine, like everything was out.
Yeah.
But like literally I was like depressed for like months after that. And like
Yeah.
I am a very vocal person. Like I don't give a fuck. Judge me, whatever, think whatever you want. But I'm pretty like open about stuff. And I remember telling someone like opening up to someone at work because they're like, you're different lately. Like you're not like a bead and
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, because I just had a fucking miscarriage. And I'm just trying to fucking get through the day. And they were kind of like, that happens to everybody. Like that happens all the time. They're very like dismissive about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I was like, have you ever had one? Clearly fucking not.
Yeah.
Clearly not, because you don't know what it actually
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah.
And like this one was actually planned.
Yeah.
Like this one wasn't like, oh shit, we're pregnant like right now.
Yeah.
This was like, yeah, like we are like trying to have a baby. It's still hard. It's still hard. I don't know. Did I tell my mom? I can't even remember if I told my mom. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But I probably didn't, because why would I?
Because your first reaction wasn't good.
Yeah. Knowing how to support yourself when others don't understand, knowing when to like take all the time you need basically,
Yeah.
because like this is your journey, and like there is no timeline on when you're going to feel okay.
Yeah, because it's grieving. You're grieving, and there's no time
Yes.
on like how long you should be grieving or whatever. I think this is like the time where you can be like the most like selfish, I guess you can say. I don't know if it's the right word to say, but like just if you don't want to talk to anybody, you don't have to. And like
Yeah.
you don't need an explanation. Like you're grieving, and it's something so hard to take in, whether it was planned, whether it wasn't planned. Like it's one of those things that like you don't know how to take it until it happens to you, and then when it happens to you, and then like you hear that it happens to someone else, then you're kind of just like, okay girl, like just take your time, because it's such a hit on like, especially as women, I think, like who truly want to have like kids now or in the future,
Yeah.
where you question yourself, is it me? Like, is this going to be happening to me? Is this going to be an ongoing problem? Like, why? Right? And sometimes like, people say like it's God's timing, and like there's
Which
so many
doesn't
things.
help, by the way. That doesn't
Yeah,
help.
I know, and that's what I was just gonna say. It obviously doesn't help in that situation. So it's just one of those things where it's like, just take the time that you need, and do not like worry about how it's gonna affect somebody else. Like it's about what you had experienced at that moment, and you just owe your body and yourself that time to just like do whatever you want,
because it is like so damaging, like emotionally, physically, and like psychologically too.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, and I feel like after you have experienced a loss, it will forever change like your next pregnancies. Like it will never be the same. It will never be the same experience. Like how you see things in the movies, like, oh my god, we're pregnant. Like, oh. Like it's not gonna like. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like it is very common that like it definitely taints your like your journey of
Conceiving.
conceiving and
Yeah.
having building a family with somebody, because even if you do, and we'll have an episode part 2,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like this is like
Yeah.
another topic, but I feel like even if you do have a great pregnancy after that, like a successful pregnancy like I did, the next one is gonna be all, you're still gonna be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's just like so much anxiety and so much fear and so much what if and so much like, yeah,
Yeah.
because you know what it's like to go through that and you don't want to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it completely like just shifts everything, you know?
There's a word. It like taints. It
Yes,
taints it. It
it
taints
taints.
like the whole like picture of like that journey, that part,
Yeah.
right? Of like
And how like
conceiving.
it's so beautiful
Beautiful,
and joyful, and you're like for me,
carefree, and
I'm
like
like,
happy, and
this
like,
is stressful. Like
yeah,
I love being pregnant, but I low key like, it brings me so much anxiety, and I can never feel like I can like
be at peace.
fully
Yeah.
be like, oh my god, until like
The
the
baby's
baby's
here.
here, like out in my arms, and then we can start the whole like postpartum thing. But
Yeah, yeah.
which is another thing. But like, yeah, I feel like especially in the beginning, but even up until the end, because like pregnancy loss is not just within the first trimester.
Yeah.
It can happen at any time. And I'm not trying to be like a negative Nancy or like whatever, but this is just the facts. This is
Yeah.
like real shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? People have experienced pregnancy loss at 17 weeks, 23 weeks, like,
Yeah,
you know, all the way
unfortunately.
up until the end. And
Yeah.
that in itself brings me anxiety, especially after having like 2 miscarriages and like
Yeah.
feeling what that's like. I cannot even like
I know.
imagine.
Because the truth is, like, you can never be safe, right? Like, you
Yeah.
can never, that's why you have to be so careful. And that's why you have to be, like, mindful of, like, things that you are doing while pregnant. And sometimes you're, like, also just distracted with, like, having kids. Like, life just
Yeah.
happens sometimes. Like, I'm sure all these things, like all these women that have experienced like miscarriages, like it's not because they did something, like, it's just because something just happened, right?
Mhm.
But it's just so hard, right? Like it just you have to have, I think it's one of those things that you have to know, like when you're pregnant, like, yeah, it's fun, but like you have to really take care of yourself. Like,
Yeah, there's always like a risk.
like, yeah, you have to, with everything that you do, you have to think, like, can I do this? Like, now I'm pregnant. Is it going to be somewhere where it's slippery? Like, even like doing like water parks with the kids,
Well,
like
I
being
sent something in
pregnant.
in our chat, like the girl, like the figure skater that's like figure skating
I don't know if I
all
saw.
throughout her pregnancy.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh
I
my
sent it and I was like,
gosh.
I'm not judging. I'm just like, I would never.
I would never.
I mean, she's probably a professional.
Yeah, so maybe
but
she
like,
probably knows.
but still,
I know.
you just need one
I know.
fall.
Yeah.
She was going up
Yeah.
and all up, like literally 3 months,
Oh
7 months, like 9 months.
god.
Like you just see her belly growing,
Oh
and
my
I'm
god.
like,
Oh my
and
gosh.
she's spinning really fast. I'm like, oh my god,
No way. The
no.
minute I would play volleyball every time, like for Felix and Olivia, I was playing volleyball. The minute I found out I was pregnant, I was like, I'm out of the game.
Yeah,
And they're like, you can still play until you're like, I'm like, no, no,
yeah.
I'm pregnant. I'm not playing.
No,
I'm not
yeah.
playing. Like right away. I was like, I don't want no balls hitting my stomach. I don't want no balls hitting me. Like
I don't want to die.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
Like no.
Because
Like
I
I'm
will, because
not.
I'm competitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah, especially when you're not big yet, right? Like you think you can still like do all those things,
I know.
right? And then I'm gonna friggin' like I'm gonna like pull a muscle and like because all your muscles are like loose, right? So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
they're
like pull
stretching already.
something. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck myself up, right? So like yeah, you just but like it's scary. It really is like scary being
It is
pregnant.
scary being pregnant.
Yeah, it's scary,
Like the
right?
what ifs and the unknown. because you really don't like.
Yeah.
You don't know, and you're just nothing is for certain,
Mm-hmm.
and that just scares the fucking shit out of me.
I know.
Honoring your baby while continuing forward. So, I mean, I don't know. Did it ever stick to you, like the date that it happened, or
It
like
did.
it
I don't.
did?
I was. It was okay. So it was my first time. So of course I remember like the date. The
Yeah, I remember the
absolute
date too.
my very first
Actually,
time.
for the first one, I didn't remember because there was so much going on, Roxana.
Oh my god.
There was so much going on. I don't know what day it was. I don't
Maybe
even
we
know what
could
month
have.
it
Maybe we
was.
could have
I don't
another
even know what
episode.
fucking month it was.
Maybe we could have
Okay.
another episode on our first
Holy
times.
shit.
Our first for certain things.
Our first what? I don't
Like,
even want to talk about my first time. Having sex.
I'm not gonna
We
lie,
don't-
mine was really nice.
I know it was. I don't want to share mine. I mean, it wasn't. Okay, yeah.
Maybe we'll do another episode. We'll do
Yeah,
another
I'll do another
episode.
episode.
That might be a
But
little.
yeah.
That might be fun. What was I saying? It was June 15th. I'm not gonna say the year, but it was June 15th, and I was in Peru, July, because it was for my birthday. So I want to say it was like the middle of July, like July 15 or something, that I was in Peru. I want to say I went to Peru July 15. I think my party was on the 18th. And I want to say it was after my party
Oh
or
my
something.
God.
So I want to say it was probably like the 22nd. I always go back and I think like, oh my gosh, I could have had like
Oh my God, I do too. I would have
kid.
had I would have had a teenager.
Yeah.
Teenager.
Mine would have
Oh
been
my
like a grown
God.
adult. Like it's insane.
I don't even know what
So-
year. Yo, I'm telling you, this at this point in my life, it was very chaotic. And like, yeah, it was bad. Like my sister and I were always fighting. I was never home.
Oh,
My mom and I were not
God.
talking. Like I was always
Yeah.
at like my man's house. Like I was never home. I was like just walling out.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't even know what day it is. I'm not even going to school. I'm not going to class.
Oh my
I'm not doing
gosh.
sh- like I don't even know. Was I even working? I don't even know what the fuck is going on. And then I like try to convince myself, which I like not convince myself, but I guess make myself feel better that like it was meant to be,
Mhm.
or like it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Because man, I would be tied to this guy for life.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that would look like.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not trying to like diss no one or whatever. Like I've come to at peace
Yeah.
with like my past and relationships and stuff. But like I don't know what that would have looked like
Yeah.
having to like co-parent with somebody and
Yeah.
like
That was
I
a
would not
toxic
even
relationship.
very
Yeah.
toxic relationship. And
I mean,
would I even
honestly,
find Caesar? Would he even want to be with me? Would I even have more kids?
Yeah, that's
Do you know
why
what I
honestly,
mean?
I really am a believer of like things do happen for a reason,
Yeah.
and like God has a time for everything. Even though like it's obviously hard to accept certain things, like but why or like, but then like you question things like that, right? Like if something like that was to happen, would you have ever even crossed Caesar? Would you have ever had your kids? So like
I think about that
it's-
all the time.
for me, that would be enough to be like, not like I'm glad that that happened, but I can accept that it
Yes.
happened that way because it brought me to this moment that
Right
I
now.
absolutely love, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
So, like, if that had to happen for me to be here, I've accepted that. I think about it all the time. Like, how would my life have been like? You
Oh
know,
my
how would my
God.
life have been like? I don't even think that guy would have wanted to be present, to be honest. So it would have just been me. And then I think about that, like, too. Like, okay, I'd be doing this by myself. I'd be like with my mom. I know my mom for sure would help me. And I'd have my sister that also was just having her,
Oh my
like, her
God.
son. Like, so it'd be really crazy. But like, I find myself thinking about those moments and like thinking, I don't know if you can say like honoring it, because I think for such a big part of my life, I've tried to block it and I've tried to just not be connected to that. I've always tried to disconnect myself from
Yes.
that. You know, like whenever I would think about it, I would just be like, no, 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 it happened for a reason. It like before I even was able to have like a really good like, oh my gosh, like this could be, that moment was gone. It was taken away from me. Like, you know, before I could even have any good thoughts about it, it was taken away. So I try to just disconnect myself from it even till now, you know. But if I really like think about it, I would like, I've never thought of that, like honoring that
I do
baby.
with the one with Caesar and I.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
that's a little
the other
bit
one I
different.
think about like more often than I should, because again, it was just a very traumatic experience as a
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah.
But like I don't really know the date or whatever. But with my second one with Caesar, it was it was October 13th.
Mm.
And that's actually Caesar's mom's birthday. Which was like
No.
fucked up too, because I was like, oh god, every time it's her birthday, I'm like thinking like they
No,
would have
that
had to, yeah,
moment.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and again, I wanted to reach in there and I didn't.
In where?
In the toilet. Yeah, I wanted to reach in there,
Oh.
but I just flushed it.
I think I
I
would.
remember
I
talking to
think I
Caesar. I'm
would
like,
too.
should I reach in there? And he's like, babe, don't do it. And I was like, but I feel like I should because I did it the first time.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You didn't take a
but I was
picture?
like, man, I took a picture of it in the toilet,
Yeah.
but I wanted to like look at it,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't think I'd want to look at it. I would just want to take a picture, and then like I would zoom in on it. But
I have the picture on my phone actually, and it's like a pretty big clot. But the first one was like I was like fucking bleeding like a fucking like Bloody Mary, bro.
God, I wasn't bleeding that much.
I bled like a lot. Like I was wearing like fucking pad. I had to keep changing my pad because I was like overflowing.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was like so bad. It was so bad.
Well, you probably were
I
more
think I was
than
further along
yeah.
because I'm telling you, time passed. Like I went on like 2 trips,
Oh
and
my God.
I literally had no idea what the hell was going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was so like, what is the word? Oblivious, naive,
Yeah.
like young.
You were just young. You didn't even know. You weren't in tune yet with like your body, like in that aspect. Like you knew when like you were having a period. You knew when like you didn't know what it felt like to be pregnant. Like you know.
Like but I do remember like the first time I was already feeling like hot and cold flashes.
Yeah.
And I was already I was already having like pregnancy symptoms. Like I was like, oh, I am pregnant.
Oh
like,
my God.
And I can't tell anybody. Yeah. It's the worst.
Well, honestly, I think at the end of the day, like it's like especially with like what we went through, it's so important to have like a community, somebody to be able to talk to. Because the last thing you want to do is go through something like this by yourself, not knowing, right? Like not knowing like what happened, what's going on. Like you want to talk about these things, like and like and when you talk to other people like that have gone through like similar experiences, it's kind of nice to just know like okay, what you went through like is valid, like you know.
Yes, and like you're not alone, and it's validating because it can, you feel so isolated for so long. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Like in a lot of ways, like your story kind of reminds me of mine, except like I didn't know, right? And every time like you would tell me the story, like it would bring me back to like my situation, because I'd be like, oh my gosh, that sounds so much like mine, but I never talk about like my situation because like I said, I think I just always try to disconnect from that. But it does sound like validating, like when you talk about it, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this did truly happen to me too. And like I don't know, it's obviously like something that I have to work on to just like maybe I haven't fully accepted it. You know? don't know. It's probably so many things. I just didn't know. I was just too young. I didn't
Yeah.
know what was going on in
How
that
old are
moment.
you?
I was just too young.
Yeah. My gosh. Were you younger than 20?
Yes.
Oh.
I
Well,
was
yeah,
younger.
because your sister was having a baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys know, you guys can do the math. But
Damn.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Fuck.
it's just so important to have that community, to be able to talk to somebody. And for
Mhm.
like moms out there, I would say like be that mom that you like want your child, your daughter,
Yeah.
your
Be the mom that
son,
you want to have,
yeah, or that you
or
wish you had.
the mom you
You
wish
wish
you
you
had.
had. If you
Yeah.
were in that situation, whether it be your son, your daughter, or your son.
And
If my
Sue,
son
because
comes up to me and saying like, "Mom, I don't fucking like this girl's freaking out. She's saying I got her knocked up." Okay, I'm gonna help you. You're not disappearing from her.
yeah,
You're not gonna make her go through this alone.
yeah,
We're gonna be there for her, and I don't care if you want to be with her or not, but you're gonna be there for her and for
yeah,
this baby because that's your baby. And same thing for my daughter. Like, okay, you're going through this. You don't got to go through it alone. You want to be with this guy, you don't want to be with this guy, but you got to learn to work with this guy because
yeah,
you're going to have the baby, at least be on
yeah,
like civil terms or whatever. And we'll figure this out,
yeah,
we'll figure this out, but don't go hiding it. Don't go trying to do things yourself. And then things like this can happen. You can have a miscarriage because you just simply didn't go to the doctors when you probably should have. Like that's all that could have probably like it could have been avoided if we just went to the doctors, if we just had somebody guide us, tell
Mhm.
us. But we were so like isolated. We were so just like left to like do
Fend
it
for
ourselves
ourselves,
that like obviously like what was gonna happen. Like, we didn't
or
know.
like, yeah, everyone just turned a blind eye. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
And I just want to like, is it clarify? Not clarify. Clear the air. Like, my mom and I did speak about this like several years later about it because it was like a burning question as I got older. I was with Caesar already. And I think I was pregnant with Luna at this point, and it was bringing up like old wounds and like trauma. And I asked her like, I have like a burning question that I like I feel like I have to ask you. And she's like, okay. And I was like, why is it that like when we were in Cuba and I was having that my going through that miscarriage, why did it never like occur or like cross her mind to like bring me to the hospital?
Yeah.
And of course she calls me and I was like, I'd rather just do this in text. Like, just tell me. I don't want to talk to you though. I don't want to
Yeah,
talk.
yeah.
And she called me and she was like crying and she was like very apologetic and said, this was like if there's like any moment in her life where she failed me as a mother,
It was
this
that
was it.
moment.
This was it. Like, and she apologized like so many times saying like she should have brought me to the hospital. She should have like guided me, and she just
And these
didn't.
are like honestly things that sometimes like slide in motherhood,
Yeah.
right? Like there's so many things going on and you don't always know how you're going to react. Like you'd love to react a certain way and sometimes you don't, like,
Mm-hmm.
but at least like she came to the like
Realization.
realization that that was like one of her biggest faults in
Yeah.
motherhood, right? And she apologized for it.
I know,
It's
but
past and we've
oh
learned
my
from
god.
it. We've
We've
learned
learned,
from
and you know
it.
what? And you know what? Yes, you know what? I've learned from her mistakes, and I've learned from my own, and
Yeah,
everyone else
exactly.
around me. So I can
Yeah.
now like have all of that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I cannot stress enough like support,
Yeah.
the importance of support when someone is going through this.
Yeah. And just listening, hearing them out, and trying to help them out in any way that you can, because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, they're the ones that are going through it. And you just have to just be there any way that you can,
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't always mean like you have to have like advice or something. Yeah, just
like
listen.
literally just physically being there.
Yeah.
For someone is like enough.
Mm-hmm.
A hug, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is enough. I think like for anyone that has gone through something like this, just know that you are not alone, and you can always like find like that one person that you can share and speak with that you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have someone, you can come to us.
Yes.
You can come to us.
It's definitely those hard conversations that we enjoy having because it's just something that you can relate to, right? And these are hard conversations, but they're meaningful conversations.
Mm-hmm.
They're things that I think need to be discussed. And at the end of the day, like, you just feel better. Like, I even myself feel a little bit better right now, like have talked about that so many years, like not talking about that, but like
suppressing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right. So I think it's nice. I think it's good, and it doesn't hurt anybody to talk to somebody about it and to just try to get like let it out or have somebody else's opinion, take it or not.
Or just to cry.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like I hold in my cries a lot. And then when I come on here, it's like I've never actually like cried about it. And then like I want to I'm like honestly I need to keep a tally of how many times I actually cry.
You're so funny. I always thought I'm really like more of a crier than you are. I think
I'm a cry. Like,
I think
you know what? Because you know what? She cries at like the stupidest.
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
She cries at the corniest.
I do. But that's what I
like,
mean. That's what I mean. I feel like I cry for actually everything, but you cry for like the big things. But for some reason, I don't know why I can actually like not cry.
No, I cry for like the big things, the deep things. Like I don't know, like the like underneath like the layers. Things.
I think it's like the cancer in me where I become like I shield myself at that moment. Mm-hmm. I get like so like afraid to like open that version because if I start crying, I won't stop.
Yo, trust me.
I won't stop.
I'm like I can't talk when I
cry.
This is
when you cry, I think I like have to giggle a little bit. So I'm like, don't cry.
I know. Yeah, like I need to laugh.
Yeah.
Like distract myself from crying.
Yeah, don't look at her. Don't look at her.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have a part 2 on this because I feel like there's just so much more to discuss.
Yeah, and if there's something that we missed, maybe something that you guys want to talk about, any specific topics, even on like how hard it is to conceive, because like even that in itself, like
is like, and
I've had my like after for Felix and for Olivia, we never had any issues, but for Riley, it took actually like over a year for us, and that can probably be another episode. But yeah, even things like that, like you think it's easy, and then all of a sudden
that it's
not that easy. It's not that easy, and I guess it's all about timing, about like where you are in your life, also. But yeah,
so many factors, and then also like I kind of talked about like pregnancy after loss and how that changes after like the journey and your experience and the emotions that you feel. I just feel like there's so much to talk about. So we will definitely have like a part 2. I feel like we can even go back into other episodes and do
part 2s
on some topics.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Yeah. All right, sis. Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of Caffeinated and Clueless,
where we're figuring it out one coffee at a time.
Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, and leave a comment.
And we'll catch you next time.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.